Amusing Ourselves to Death by Gartner. While reading Amusing Ourselves to Death, we examine the ideas of Neil Postman. Postman thinks that television only entertains us. It does not have the ability to teach us or inform us of useful information. However, in Chapter 10, Postman also says anything worth learning can take the form of entertainment. While discussing Sesame Street as a learning utility, he discusses the children's, parents, and educators' views on television, saying, "Children loved it because the television show entertained them while teaching them. Parents loved it because it gave them an excuse to allow their children to watch television. It justified allowing their children to sit transfixed in front of a television screen for unnatural periods of time. Parents were excited by the fact that a television show was able to teach their children something. It relieved them of the responsibility of teaching their children how to read. Educators approved of television because it gave them a new method to teach and accomplish lessons more efficiently by means of a new technique." After going over what are good things about educational television, Postman then describes children's minds looking for that in a classroom. He says, "As a television show, and a good one, Sesame Street does not encourage children to love school or anything about school. It encourages them to love television. Children see classrooms and schools and televisions as a place of fun, color, and excitement. They watch children, puppets, and cartoons, talking and socializing mainly. They learn lessons with animations, numbers that fly through the air, and talking animals. None of these things are provided in a real classroom." If you look up in Google imagery a traditional classroom, you see individualized desks and plain walls and boards to go with them, like the photograph on the left. However, if you looked up televised classrooms, you would see classrooms much more appealing, with computer screens, group desks, and signs all around, like the photographs on the right. Classroom expectations of children are not met or matched to the ones they see on television. This is where Postman's argument is held true that children don't love school. They love the schools and televisions. An article completed by Rakesh of the Preserve Articles gives 10 main points of the educational values of television. These 10 points include: 1. Since the program telecasted on the television are presented and delivered by the subject experts, it provides an opportunity to the students to understand the subjects properly. 2. Students who hear and view the work and talk of creative scientists, musicians, artists, and renowned teachers receive the most benefits. 3. Education messages through television provide direct experiences to the students. 4. Television programs help for the improvement of instructional activities and in upgrading the curriculum. 5. Television programs may help a teacher for the development of his professional skills. 6. Since instruction through television is involved through planning, systematic presentation, and integration of a wide range of audio-visual materials, they help for the improvement of the process and product of learning. 7. Television as educational media makes the educational institutions centers of community welfare and education. 8. Television instructions provide equal opportunities to all pupils living in both rural and urban areas. 9. A planned television program solves the problems such as a lack of human and material resources. And finally, 10. Television works as an important motivational device in the field of education. Students develop much interest as well as attention to learn a particular lesson. To learn more and read more about the article, please follow this link. In the article written in ABC News, it states, "Young adults who spend more time in front of a TV during their childhood are significantly more likely to be arrested and exhibit aggressive behavior," a new study found. But another study found some TV programming can actually improve kids' behavior. A weakness of the first study that many point out is that it did not look at what these children were watching. More emphasis needs to be placed on quality, not quantity, says Dr. Christakis, who is the Director of Child Health, Behavior, and Development at Seattle's Children's Research Institute. Experts suggest watching educational television with children can actually improve their behavior. The article is ended with a quote by Dr. Christakis, who said, "Children imitate what they see on screen. They imitate bad behavior, but also good behavior. Parents should take advantage of this." The children watching Sesame Street and Barney are taught to share, clean up, and explore the world. They are not taught about violence and fighting. Even if television is changing how children learn, at least they are learning something. While moving from television to a new technology, we see more children playing video games. While some say that video games are rotting their brains, others say they are helping children. The Huffington Post writes an article titled, "Video Games Can Actually Be Good for Kids." The author then goes into main points given by Jane McGonigal, who is a woman who received her PhD in game research. She gives 5 points, starting with 1. Video games have been shown to outperform medication for dealing with anxiety and depression. 2. Video games typically meet the 10 positive emotions that gamers experience while involved with video games, which are joy, belief, love, surprise, pride, curiosity, excitement, awe and wonder, contentment, and creativity. 3. ADHD symptoms are lessened when gamers have the attention deficit problems play with their favorite video games. In addition, gamers with autism spectrum disorder seem to increase their social intelligence after playing these games. 4. Video games actually fill basic human needs that real world fails to satisfy. Finally, Jane McGonigal tells of research showing that a good video game offers 4 key elements in a happy and meaningful life, which are satisfying labor, hope for success, a strong social connection with other people, and the opportunity to be part of something larger than yourself. Video games may have disadvantages, but with studies such as these, the disadvantages are outweighed by the advantages. Just as television does have educational value to it, so do video games. But it also depends on what children are watching and playing. It is the quality, not the quantity, that matters. Television, video games, and internet are all present in children's lives. But as adults, we have the chance to determine what is being seen or done with those technologies. Postman isn't wrong. Anything worth learning can take the form of entertainment. But it's up to us to determine how much that entertainment can teach us.